What is going on, Minnesota Vikings fans? This is another episode of House Calls. I'm your host, the Skull Doc. This show is brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk, and joining me, as always, is my co-host Dave. My
Forgot
dude,
to hit the button
I missed you. It's been a while.
as my skills erode. Yeah, I got fell ill again last week. I still not over it.
I figured I was hoping that you were okay, because it was like 10 minutes past time, and I haven't heard from you. I was like, man, I hope you're good because usually you reach out if you're not feeling well, and then you got back to me. So I'm just happy that you're doing better. Happy everything's okay.
Yeah, I just again, well, at least I know now what it is. I'm insulinemic. Everybody, if you didn't know that, I insulin resistant, and my blood sugar crashed all last week. It was kind of bad.
So your
But
blood sugar was going down. So
yeah, my yeah, I was hitting pretty low numbers all week, and um, on Tuesday I was especially sick that
so
day.
you were isn't that hyperinsulinemia? You have too much insulin, which is driving your blood sugar down.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I don't know how to describe it.
It's the opposite of diabetes, where
Yes,
you have
it's like hypoglycemia.
you were too low. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's been my problem for a year, and this was new to me. So,
I'm happy you're
but
okay and you got it
apparently it's
figured out.
reversible.
Yeah.
Apparently it's reversible. So yeah, and I went 8 weeks without getting sick. So that was pretty good.
Good, man. I'm happy that you have a diagnosis and you're on
And
you're on
by
your
the
way.
way, I've lost 50 pounds.
You look good.
Some of the guys, if you saw me in person, probably again for the first time in a year, probably 2-3 years, I don't know, since the first Skull Fest, you probably won't recognize me. I was 290 back then, and I got to 307, and then I lost 50 pounds.
Good, man. Good look.
Yay!
So the last episode we did, the Vikings were so back. We beat Detroit and
Yep.
things were looking up. And then since then, it has not gone our way. It just hasn't. JJ McCarthy is regressing, in my opinion. He's getting worse. And I mean, that was just an all-time unwatchable game from the quarterback position. No sugarcoating it. That's just my thoughts there on the Packers game. Do you have anything to add?
Well, we didn't get to talk about the Bears game. That was such a winnable game. Defense played great. Offensive line played awesome. I thought
Mhm.
he had time. He was overthrowing guys, and then we were also dropping. I didn't know this, but I heard the announcer say we'd lead league in drops, and the first thing they said is because McCarthy only throws one speed. And the announcer said that, and it's kind of things we thought of. And they're bringing back his inability to throw left again. They were showing him swinging wide open on his throws to the left side and stuff like that. It's like it's like he's regressed in that aspect. But gosh, every once in a while that awesome throw happens, like that deep out to Justin Jefferson, and you think, wow, he's back. But then and then there's things like Thielen dropping a ball every chance he gets, is the only opportunity. And you're like, God, that trade sucked. It's like we could have we had to give up a pick for that. And it's kind of sad to see too, since he was like my favorite player when he was playing for us. But yeah, dropping balls is not helping. And again, the touch isn't there. My one big thing about him coming out of outside of smaller hands, that was my opinion, was that he didn't have a deep ball. Like some of his great throws in the college were all like rifle throws, even when they probably should have been touch passes. And he doesn't have that yet. And that was missing from Teddy Bridgewater's game too. Honestly, he couldn't control where he was throwing it downfield, and he thinks he can make every throw throw as hard as he can, and he just can't. There's a lot of these balls got to be over 6'5" dudes with God knows how long a reach, and they got to be over the top of them before the safety has time to recover or cornerback has time to recover. all these things. And I saw somebody tweet today that even on his big good throws, he was a tick late. Um, and these are guys that were like fawning over him, like still
Mhm.
thinking he's the next greatest thing. So there's people like coming down from their high heights of liking McCarthy. Now, obviously, you and me probably agree he's got talent, but he's the youngest NFL quarterback in the league. This
Yeah,
is
I couldn't agree more. I told my buddy about the Bears game. You can't play 58 minutes of bad football and 2 minutes of good football. You have
yeah,
to put together more of a complete game, even if it's a full half of good football. We just need more. And we'll get into the overlying what do you do talk. We'll get into that later on in the show. But you just dropped back to back division games, and that's the nail in the coffin for this season. It just is. And Two Tone says this year has been, disappointing in the comments. I agree. We all had playoff aspirations at the very least. We thought that this team was a team that could make a deep playoff run with good quarterback play. I myself said it. I was dead wrong. I said, hey, if Sam Darnold can look that good in this offense, JJ McCarthy can look that good in this offense. I
he was
thought the supporting cast would uplift a rookie quarterback and let him play good football, especially since he's been in the system for over a year now. He knows the system, but I was dead wrong. And, I learned from that. So it is what it is. At this point, the Vikings are not going to make the playoffs this year. And it's a huge disappointment.
I
But
had to face my Bears tire guy. And the
Mhm.
first thing, what do you got to fucking say now? He says to me. I'm like, what? You're coming in hot. Only thing I ever said to him was I picked them last this year, and now they're first, and we're last. Of course, he's got some shit to say to me. I was like, dude, I I never didn't talk shit about your team. All I did is I picked them last. But it's like, and yeah, we actually lost 3 games since we actually I think the Ravens game I think we talked after that game, right?
Mhm.
Because we only missed 1 week. That's right. Yeah,
That sounds right.
we missed the Ravens. We after the Ravens we talked after the Ravens game. Um, just yeah, it's the total disappointment. He's not playing as good as I thought he would. I thought, and I had kind of lower expectations. You and I remember talking about the stats that was the guy was suggesting that fantasy guy said over 4,000 yards and 28 touchdowns. We're like, shit, we're going to the Super Bowl if he does that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sure enough, that's nowhere near.
No.
It's nowhere near that. Not even if you, even if you do it per game, it's not even close. He's been only over 200 yards one game. That's because he had to throw the whole rest of the game. But I want kind of want to talk about some positive things. But this last game there wasn't any. The offensive line regressed again, and then we lose our guard and tackle for the
Yeah.
game.
Christian Darrisaw did not look like him. He's got
Yeah,
some
and
injury or something he's
another
dealing with.
and another false start. But again, time was running out. He jumped at the 0, I guess. But and then school comes in and reminds us how bad he is.
Yeah.
And that leads to an interception. You can't really put that on. Yeah, you can. I mean, getting rid of the ball fast is just not JJ McCarthy's thing yet. But again, you can't really put it on him too much because the school just basically olayed the guy. And
Mhm.
then the long interception into what could have been a nice throw to Naylor. Just again, he put it on a rope, right into the safety's arms. He could have let him a little bit, and it took a little off because again he sailed it. It's just another throw he sailed, and again that was completely on him. And he had all the time in the world to throw that one.
Yep.
Yeah,
So, I mean, where do I take the conversation from here? Yes, JJ McCarthy, it's been historically bad through 6 starts. Like one of the worst starting quarterbacks through 6 starts that we've seen in the NFL, next to names like Jamarcus Russell. It's been so bad. And that is so damn surprising to me with this coaching staff, with this supporting cast, with this offensive line. By the way, that offensive line that started that game was supposed to be the offensive line that we went into the year with, right? That was the
Yeah, like a
promising
top
offensive
5
line.
offensive line.
Exactly. No, the Packers got immediate pressure all day long with 4 rushers, right? Micah Parsons completely owned Christian Darrisaw, whoever he went up against. We had to block him with 3 guys I saw at one play.
Just on the right side.
Yeah, Brian O'Neill, Aaron
Kelly
Rodgers,
got
and
flattened
Price.
when he went up on nose tackle. He just rolled over. It's like a weeble wobble.
So, that's not good enough, but I haven't had time to go watch Kurt Warner or JT O'Sullivan's breakdown of the game with McCarthy. I've
Do
seen
you
some
want to?
No, I've seen some breakdowns of like what it is, and the biggest takeaways from what I saw people saying is that his processing speed is too slow. He needs to pick that up and process faster. He needs to be more decisive. Um, and they had some issues with the scheme as well, with the way that he's making his reads and the lack of checkdowns, things like that. But it's been historically bad. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it. It is what it is. But at the same time, long term, he's 22 years old, making his 6th start in the NFL. He definitely needs a lot of work in the offseason in terms of mechanics, like you laid out. He does. But there's still another level to show us that he can improve for the remaining 6-7 games this season.
There's flashes.
And the Vikings have to be patient. This person in the comments, Aaron Lee, says that the Vikings are not going to be patient. They literally have to. He's 22 years old. He's a top 10 pick. JJ McCarthy is going to get 2026. He is. I just don't. They might bring in a Mac Jones or somebody, some veteran name to like pseudo push him. But JJ McCarthy's your starting quarterback for 2026. That's the truth. And he's going to get next year. And if he sucks and he flames out, they're going to end up with a top 5 pick, and they're going to take a different quarterback. That's how this is going to go down. Do you disagree?
So, we all seen how like Russell Wilson got his job, right? So it's like out of the blue, and he was a rookie, and they're bringing in a top free agent that's got paid well, and they still, Seattle did make that move. There is a precedent out there. They went with somebody else. Again, this might be in the reverse of going with a vet, but also we're about to see a guy that we all kind of like, and we all saw was pretty impressive for being an undrafted free agent. Again, he's older. He was like 6-year senior, played at 2 colleges, led the NCAA in 1 year in yards and touchdowns. He's 6'5", and Max Brosmer, man. It would be really interesting to see how many games he gets, how well he plays. I lean towards you, him getting a start again next year, but there's outside chance there's open competition. And then, like you said, bringing in a vet that would potentially compete. I don't see the pride factor coming in that much that you're willing to lose games. Too much. But I think JJ McCarthy would have to like really show out in the offseason for these guys to like have no doubt that he starts. In my opinion.
I don't know, man. Coming from the coach who coined the term that organizations fail quarterbacks more than quarterbacks fail organizations.
It's true.
I really feel like this organization is behind JJ McCarthy. They're going to give him every opportunity to be successful. And again, the top 10 pick thing, it makes all the difference in the world. This organization has never taken a quarterback that high, and it's unrealistic to bail on him after this season, regardless of how these last games go. It's just unrealistic, in my opinion. So
about 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 300 yards, a win against Seattle.
So you're saying Brosmer, like, what does Brosmer have to do to be like, okay?
Yeah.
First of all, I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I would love to see it happen because that'd be so
Probably not
fun.
that good, but yeah.
But I just don't see that happening. But I don't know, man. Brosmer would, like you just said, he would have to have not an average game. He would have to have a stud game for them to stay off JJ McCarthy for the rest of the year.
And what a double standard, right? I mean, yeah, I'm better than you now. I'm 20 fucking 5 years old, you know. I think he is, or 20, at least 24.
That
He's
sounds
old.
right. Like
Yeah,
25, I
24,
think.
25 years old. I'm 3 years more experience than you. Of course, I didn't win a national title, but I was doing it with shit receivers at whatever college that was. I can't even remember what. Hey, in the chat, what college did Max Brosmer go to before Minnesota? Just
Was it Wyoming?
no, it was out east. think it was like New Hampshire. I think it was New
Mm,
Hampshire, wasn't
that
it?
sounds right.
Yeah, and he I mean again, he was like really good there. And again, not he doesn't have Justin Jefferson at New Hampshire or Minnesota. So they didn't, they ran the ball a lot and only had like 18 touchdowns against in Minnesota, but yeah, just what a what a double standard. What does that say there? I saw something by a guy that was totally on the he's JJ McCarthy all the way. I think Leighton. I think he's
Leighton.
Leighton. Yeah. He was like if Max Brosmer does good and they go back to JJ McCarthy, that they would lose the locker room. And there is probably truth to that in most cases. But I do understand, first year starter, his personality, they really bought into him. That I don't know if they would lose the locker room. I think losing loses the locker room. So, but hey, God, if Brosmer comes out and looks great, God, there's gonna be players saying, "Hey, God, we look good with Brosmer. Let's go." There will be people that do that. There will be players that do that. I mean, this is stupid, but my high school senior year, we were sucking with our senior starter. We went with the sophomore, and we started looking good again. So it's like we did not want to go back. We did not want to go back, and I think that's that could be the case. Definitely in the NFL if your tape depends on it, or if you're a elite talent and you're only getting 45 yards a game right now. I drafted you, Justin Jefferson. I'm feeling your pain, man. I'm feeling your pain. And I traded you. I got CMC out of the deal, so that was good.
Nice. Yeah, man. I mean, we're just gonna have to watch and see, right? I don't think that Brosmer is going to be able to play that well against a really talented Seattle defense in Seattle. With all the issues we've seen along the offensive line, hell, School might be the left tackle at that point. Who knows against Seattle? I think it's going to be an ugly game. I think we're going to get our ass kicked. Just truth. And then who do we got after the Seattle game? Is it Commanders at home?
It'd be a nice reprieve if we can handle it.
I think Jaden Daniels is going to be back for that game, by the way. Following week, we got, Commanders at home, noon game.
Yeah, of course, Jaden Daniels are back.
So I do think that McCarthy will be out this week and come back next week against the Commanders. And talk about a get-right defense for him at home, right? Shit, if you can't put points up on the Commanders defense, then call it, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it is a lost season, but the only saving grace would be quarterback development.
Yeah.
We had guys saying here and I said it last year, we were one of the oldest teams in the league. I think I saw a stat we were the 7th oldest this year. We're getting younger.
Oh, you know what? I do want to talk about this. The only positive thing I saw out of the Packers game, Dallas Turner is looking better too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He had one sack and like 5 pressures on like 8 pass rush snaps. I saw something like that.
So yeah, he stood out to me. There was the sack where, remember how I said if outside rush he would just run past the guy and he needs to have an inside move. Well, he led. He got Chip. He's good enough to be Chip now. That's awesome. Tight end chips him to the outside. He gets the outside. He sees the quarterback's gonna step up, or anticipates him stepping up. Goes to the inside where he should have gone because you don't want the guy to run forward and get a first downs and makes the sack. So this is awesome. It was a great sack. So and he's 22, right? He's a young dude.
He's 22 years old. Yeah.
So there's a lot to look forward to with him.
Daniel just highlighted things that losing teams are really good at. And unfortunately, the Vikings are a losing team this year. And these are things that they've been good at. Penalties. Vikings are really heavily penalized this year, both in pre-snap stuff, but also special teams, man. We have to lead the league in special teams penalties. There's no way. We have a penalty on every single kick return on this team. It's so old.
And then he goes to block a guy instead of just getting away from the ball, and the ball jumps back at him.
The game was close. Never make
that mistake again.
The Packers game was close until that happened, and then there was no chance.
Yeah.
Because the defense was playing their ass off. Yeah, the defense is playing their ass off against the Packers, and then you give them the ball inside their 10. Just a complete bonehead move. But you know what? Like, at the end of the day, Miles Price has been pretty damn good as a returner this year, and I'm okay with him in the grand scheme of things. Learning on the job, even though you're going to have some growing pains like that happen. Honestly, I thought that was something that was going to happen week 1 at Chicago when you're letting a rookie be your primary returner who doesn't have experience returning in the NFL. I figured something like that was going to happen, and unfortunately we saw that.
It's been 2 games that he was like a main contributor to us sucking. But again, still early, and he's so talented as a returner. We just got to kind of go with him until it's not like he's dropping balls, right?
Right.
He did, it's not like he's muffing punts or muffing kicks, or he did. I think one time he did let the ball bounce in the zone and it go out the end zone, which gives us the ball at the 20 instead. That was probably one of his other bonehead plays.
And then he fumbled twice in a row on kick returns in the Bears game, I believe.
Yeah, so it's those those 3 things.
Oh no, that was the Ravens game. Yeah. But and then finally, the defense is not making turnovers. Daniel says, "Well, it's hard to turn the ball over on the defense if they're constantly playing in negative game scripts and teams are running on them the whole time because we can't get a lead. Like, we haven't led this season very much. The offense is letting them down." And that goes later
teams
on.
Are playing so conservative against us offensively.
So conservative.
They don't have to. They don't have to try hard. Because they know they're going to get their field goals and occasional, and maybe that one touchdown in a game. Get that early, and then you're not having to.
The offense is not making anybody sweat. Yeah, they're not putting points on the board. And so they're biding their time until the Vikings offense turns the ball over, and then the other team has the ball in great field position.
They're just waiting for short fields.
Yeah, and that's the final thing is that the turnover battle for this team, they're like minus 14 or something. They're terrible this year because the offense, it's on the offense, guys. George Blunt says, I wonder what the relationship is like between B-Flow and KOC. If I'm B-Flow, I'm kind of looking side-eye at KOC like, dude, figure it out. Like, give us a chance. The defense has played so well against so many teams this year until they just couldn't anymore, or there was a sudden change and the other team has a turnover in their own inside our own 20, and it's like our offense completely let down the defense this year.
We're running the ball well too, right? And then at the second end of the second half, all they had to do, we're just play the run now, right? And they stopped us in the second half. And now we have to throw because we're so far behind. It's like, we were running the ball. It's just we can't throw it.
Right. And that's another thing. I don't want to hear after the Packers game, KOC won't commit to the run game. Dude, that drive where we ran it on 4th down and got stuffed, he ran the ball like every play on that drive. And we were moving it. We were getting first down at their first down, but 4th and 2, we ran like this little counter play, just absolutely blown up. And it's like, I don't want to hear that he's not relying on the run game. He mashed that run button a lot against the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback sneak with with the tight end
with Hawkinson.
who does a somersault.
Yes. Use
Like,
your big ass body.
it's like,
Stay
what the fuck, man?
terrible.
Other teams use that play.
I'm ready to
Other
move on
teams have
from
used that.
Hawkinson. Yeah, I'm ready to move on from Hawk. I just am. I think, unfortunately, that knee injury from the dirtiest fucking player in the NFL, Kirby Joseph, I think that significantly altered TJ Hawkinson's career. Because I don't think he has the same explosiveness anymore.
Yeah. I personally don't want to do a tight end sneak on third and short. I want to give Mason a couple cracks at it. I don't know. Or even spread them out and give that spread them out and hand off inside on third down. I don't care. They go back to doing that shit. Whatever, but yeah, just a bunch formation and just everybody blocked down and you hit the tackle. Go off tackle with it. I don't know, but do something that everybody's not going to be mad at you for after you just crushed, you were crushing it all the way down the field with the run, and then you stall out. And, God, man, I was just pissed. And I was pissed.
Daniel thinks that Brian Flores is guaranteed to be a head coach after the season. I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
I don't really think so. I don't know. The contract situation's weird. We did not extend him. He's technically a free agent. I think he did that purposely just to, get his name out there a little bit more for the job, but I just don't see him being a head coach next year. I don't know. I just think the NFL's kind of soured on him as a head coach.
You're probably gonna eliminate anybody with a young quarterback. Just because of his history. You'd really have to have like a veteran QB that that the offense is kind of set, and you're coming in to fix the defense. You probably
of course,
that's probably what it's got to be.
Yeah, KOC is not going anywhere. I don't know if there's even talk out there about KOC getting fired. Not going to happen.
Nah,
That's not going to happen.
I don't think he's on the hot seat.
He's a good coach. You don't let go of good coaches. Quasey should get fired or would get fired. That's guaranteed. I don't know if that's guaranteed, dude. I could see them letting go of like some behind the scenes people or whatever. Ryan Gregson, maybe something like that. They just extended Quasey. I don't know if they're ready to fire. Now, I understand the Wilfs paid a shit ton of money this season, expecting to make the playoffs, but the Wilfs are very level-headed owners, extremely loyal, level-headed owners. They don't fire people. They let Spillman do his thing for a long time. Zimmer was here for a really long time. I think they kept Leslie Frazier like too long, almost. So they're very loyal people.
One of the worst defenses I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're mad. I understand. I'm mad. You're mad. These people in the comments are mad. We want people fired and rah, whose fucking fault is it and all this stuff. I get it, guys. I get it. We're fucking mad. We're at the bottom of the basement in this division, and it sucks. It's not fun. I've been asking for the rookie quarterback experience for a long time. I was tired of writing the vet, right? I was tired of Kirk Cousins and whatever vet you want to talk about, keeping us competitive, but not necessarily Super Bowl contenders. I was like, personally, where I'm at is full send, go draft a quarterback. If you miss and you suck, okay, well, you're at the top of the draft anyways. Just keep trying, right? And that's where we are right now. You reap what you sow, but back to the JJ McCarthy discussion, you got to give him more time, and we're just going to have to grit our teeth through it, right, and get through it. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, there's value in the playing him the rest of the season. There's value in that. Again, I really like Brosmer. I felt like McCarthy has a higher ceiling because of physical talent. But at this point, I know Brosmer has touch. I feel like he is a good decision maker. I think Jason on Twitter, he was like, congratulations, he was the last guy to leave the field when he was going to preseason camp. Is he was always the last guy off the field, and it's you gotta want that guy. So I love the fact that I'm excited that I'm probably gonna see him play a full game, and it kind of will either put more wood on the fire, or it might go, okay, yeah, this is him. This is what a undrafted rookie looks like. And he's already older, so it's like, okay, might make a good backup. It's like at least I get to see it. It's kind of like the way we thought of like Sloter is like, we want to see this guy. I was telling my buddy back in the day when we were going to get Cousins, I'm not too worried. We got this guy named Sloter. Plays great in preseason. I want to see him play in the regular season. And then we sign Cousins and all that. Who happens to be the starter for Atlanta now? They beat the Saints because Penix is out for the year. Go figure. A guy who has several knee injuries gets another knee injury. 26-year-old rookie quarterback last year. Go figure. But I was kind of pissed the Giants not beating the Lions. They had the ball, could have kicked a field goal, go up 6. Instead, they go for it, don't get it. What happens? Of course, they go down, kick a field goal, no problem, and then Gibbs pops one long for in the overtime. So it's like, come on, at least have the other teams in the North lose. Nope. Bears beat the Steelers. Fuck. Packers kill us. Wasn't a good day. Packers let
Yeah,
off some steam after losing to us twice last year.
I have Gibbs and St. Brown in fantasy, so I wasn't too upset with uh,
Okay.
the comeback there. That helped me win.
Closet Saints fan here. Or,
Um,
sorry, Lions fan here. No.
I'm a big draft guy. You know this about me. Once there is like no chance that the Vikings can make the playoffs, I'm kind of looking at the draft. Of course, I want to see progression. I want to see JJ McCarthy look better, and I want to be invested. I want to see good football if possible. But what I'm trying to say is like the losses don't hurt me as much once you kind
I
of
want to
know
see
that
young
you're
guys improving.
yeah. But
Yeah.
like the losses don't sting as much. So like this loss against Seattle, I won't sweat it too much, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm looking to be as high in the draft as I can. But at the same time, I'm not like pissed off if they win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Marty, Max pissed off, so I don't think us losing the rest of the season is going to piss me off even more. Um, I also see the double side of that, where hey, if we have our quarterback, I want free agents to want to come play for us, and they did want to come play for us
Yeah.
because we won 14 games.
Well, and because we paid him.
Yeah, that too. Um,
It's always about the money.
well, hey, Minnesota has one of the highest income tax rates in the country, so
Hmm,
yeah, it's not a freebie, and that's some people make decisions like that, especially if they're bigger contracts.
for
But
sure.
we're not going to be looking. I don't think we'll be able to look for anybody big.
No,
Um,
we got to
so
shed. We got to shed some cap. This. It's not going to be a fun off season. It's just not.
yeah, there's going to be guys that you thought were lifelong Vikings are going to be gone, and
We could see a Jordan Addison trade potentially. Uh, Hawkinson probably will be cut. Harrison Smith's going to retire. There's going to be some shakeups here for sure.
yeah, that trade would have to come early so we can make a decision on Naylor, right? Because we can't just let him go and Addison go, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
That's pretty Felton.
um,
He's
Daniel
been
throws
there.
out O'Neal as a possible person who might
I
be
brought
cut.
that up a couple weeks ago. Remember
Brian
that?
O'Neal.
Yeah, about him possibly moving on for him because of the salary cap.
That'd be one where
But he's
I'd
played decent. He's
prefer
played
a
good.
trade if you could get like a third rounder for him or something. That'd be ideal from a team. but
He's definitely that worth that.
yeah, he's
For
still
a win
good.
now team, hell
Yes,
yeah.
still a good player.
He's personally, I think he's having a good year. He's probably one of the most stable guys on that line.
George, our window is shut. The JJ McCarthy timeline is a problem. We need a solid number 2 quarterback veteran. This is an interesting point that I think we should talk about in regards to how long is it going to take JJ McCarthy to turn into a viable starter? And is that taking up too much of Justin Jefferson's prime? Are you burning through Justin Jefferson's prime?
So yes, we are. Like really like in accelerated fashion, it seems, because we're passing is so low right now.
Yeah,
Um, he could be a 4-year guy, where
right.
we may not be extending him, and then after his 4th year, if he does perform, then we're paying through our nose, right? So, and we lose that 5th year extension. That would have been big anyways for a quarterback. Um, yeah, it's just like he would really have to jump out next year, right? And take over. It can't be another let's see year. He would have to like come out and play good for us to go, okay, we're gonna pick up his 5th year option. Or I don't think you get 3 years of, you're in your 3rd year next year, not your second, your 3rd year. Um you expected some progression, to where we maybe next year is the way we thought this year should have went, and that'd be good enough. Um, but he's so underperformed to what we hoped, and I think we were pretty conservative on the way we thought about him. We thought, like you said, he's a cog in the wheel because the wheel's so good. Um, he would have, yeah, other players would overcome his deficiencies, but his deficiencies are so great right now that they're not. And yeah, he would really have to come out and play like we hoped he would have next year
Like
and early.
he has the physical tools. Like you see the
Right.
tools where you see. I understand why he was picked so high in the draft because he has mobility and he has a hell of an arm. And when it's working, it looks really good. But to your point, and just the outcome so far with how poorly he's played, he has so far to go that I agree with you. It's like you're not going to be a Super Bowl contender next year. We know that with JJ McCarthy. Can you be a Super Bowl contender by 2027, the following year? I hope so, because then Justin Jefferson is how old, right? 2 years from now,
28.
28. Like he's nearing the end of his prime there. So we kind of have a timeline issue, in my opinion. So that's tough. And I don't know what you do about that. Do you trade the face of your franchise? I don't think so. Right? I don't think you trade Justin Jefferson, even if you
So,
offered two once. I don't
so
think I don't think you do.
I'm gonna admit to saying this because I said it several times. Is like, um, I was cool with going after a quarterback because if it failed, we had Justin Jefferson. If we signed Justin Jefferson, we had the ability to trade him and and rebuild. Um, that was the saving grace for me, is that when we re-signed Justin Jefferson and we were going to get a rookie quarterback, is that, hey, Justin Jefferson re-signed, we have the ability to rebuild because we signed that good a player. Um, I don't want to see it. I don't want it to happen. I never wanted to lose Moss. I was devastated. It would suck losing that, but the I knew the the I'm more about I know more about the business of football now. It's like, hey, that's 2 first-round draft picks possibly. It's like, hell, that'd make a big difference in the rebuild or getting that new quarterback, like you said. Um, that's our ammunition if we had to move up or we had to go get the guy that we probably missed because we could, because we maybe wanted, um, you know, New England's quarterback more than we wanted McCarthy. and he's been performing like good from the start.
Dude, Harambe's in the comments just dropping bombs. I love both comments that he just dropped.
What do you say?
The problem is KOC's scheme. It does not work with rookie quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins said this scheme is hard to operate. He had some major clunker games. It definitely took Kirk a little while to pick that up, like half a season to pick up this scheme. The scheme is meant for Matt Stafford. I was thinking that during the Rams game when the Rams annihilated the Bucks is that the Viking scheme is not all that different from what the Rams do. And Matt Stafford looks so comfortable in that scheme. He's just on the money. He's on time. He looks fantastic. If that situation opened up for the Vikings, where for some reason the Rams were moving on from Stafford and you wanted him next year to come in, I'd be down for that if we could make it work money wise. That would be great. But then just real quick, the other comment he mentioned from the Packers game, we have a top 3 paid tight end chip blocking for 3 seconds, taking away a rookie quarterback safety blanket. Huge problem. I thought that was a huge problem. Like first of all, you're helping the best assets on your team, which are your tackles. And if your tackles need help, that's already a problem. We're paying those guys so that they shouldn't need help. And then to Harambe's point, you're taking away a really expensive target that you're paying to help block, to help your really expensive tackles block, and diminish JJ McCarthy's options out there in passing routes. So all around dumb. Great comments, Harambe. Thanks for commenting.
And God rest your soul, Harambe.
Harambe the White.
Yeah. Is Harambe white? I don't think so. He was
No, he was a gorilla.
He was a normal gorilla.
Yeah. Who's making excuses for McCarthy? Is it Aaron? Is that how I see her name? Who's made a single excuse for McCarthy? He sucks right now. You're not wrong. He sucks right now. I think the difference is, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think the difference is you don't want to see any more McCarthy. I think you're struggling with this McCarthy thing to the point where you're like, he sucks, get him out of here.
Jared Allen sucked 2 years, if not 3.
Like this is going to be a really tough development, guys. Like, we're in this for another year from, like, get used to it. Like, we're going to see some bad football every once in a while. Hopefully we see a little bit of good football, but right now he does suck. And
Game
we're
isn't
stuck with him.
slowed down. There's a point in a player's career where the game just kind of goes into just a slow down mode where everything seems like slow motion, and it's obviously not there yet. But there is a time where players get better, and you could see that with Sam Darnold. You could see that with Daniel Jones. The game is now slowed down for even Mac Jones, for heaven's sake, has recouped some of his career. It's a lot of guys just get it after a bit, and I didn't want us to have a quarterback go to another team and get good there. So that would suck, man. If JJ McCarthy goes off and becomes a Pro Bowler for somebody else, but again, the talent's there. I think the mentality is there. I think the intelligence is there. It's just, I don't know, the fastballs, just all fastballs. It's just he's got to figure that out. And again, that's going to take a lot of reps. Again, a lot of work on that deep ball. We have no, and that was a thing. I thought, hey, we're gonna occasionally take shots. Now I'm like, oh shit, we're taking a shot. It's gonna get picked. That's the way I feel right now. I want that feeling to go away, and it is going to take reps. And I don't think you could just play one series in a preseason again. I don't think you can, man.
Yeah, it's another good point for Harambe the White. He's spot on tonight, man. He's killing it. He's on fire. Josh Rosen, his film breakdown of JJ, says that long developing schemes are horrible for young quarterbacks because they don't know what they're looking at. Like, in this system, I feel like you're throwing to spots and it's all about timing. And that's not what JJ McCarthy's about right now. He wants to see the wide receiver open, and then he wants to put the ball on him as quickly as possible. And that's not how this system needs to be operated. So
Josh Rosen's breaking down film now.
I guess.
Like
There's a
How
good
many
point.
people? 10 teams made a mistake.
JJ McCarthy against the Bears in hurry up mode. The only 2 minutes he looked good that game is when we put points on the board. Maybe we should just make the whole damn offense hurry up offense.
Well, hey, I'm not gonna say no to that because I thought that's when Kirk Cousins took off under Kevin O'Connell. We were like a barely 60 plays per game, and O'Connell addressed that. We're at 50, 55, and then you saw Cousins kind of getting up there with 15 seconds to go, and it wasn't necessarily a hurry up the whole time, but we were getting up the line with 15 seconds left. I thought that's when, and honestly, they were talking. When Cousins was, even before with Zimmerman, when he was best when we were behind in the late in the game because we were always having to do hurry up. He was and they called it garbage time, but is there really garbage time when you're a down one score? No. So I love seeing the offense that way. I think O'Connell needs to coach that. I thought, we're like 50 plays a game, man.
Right.
It's not good.
Not enough.
Yeah, I agree. I love fast paced offense. But if play, you got to live and die by it.
Yeah, Angel says that they want competition in the spring from McCarthy. So, back to Brosmer, his debut right now is going to tell us, is he good enough to be a backup for the Vikings in 2027 or 2026 next year? Yeah. Now, I don't necessarily think that it's, he's going to be an option to come in and compete with him. If I'm wrong, that's awesome because that means that he's balling out to end the season. I just don't see that happening.
Again, if he comes out, kills another game, whatever, I'll be happy for Brosmer, and I'll be happy. Hey, we might have something here. If and just playing on the side of wanting to McCarthy to do good. Hey, if McCarthy doesn't pick it up, we have something to fall back on. And we really don't. And he's older, so it's not like he's got a huge ramp either, because he's seen different coaches. He's seen different competition out there. He's played in the Big Ten, and then now he's playing in the NFL pretty good. I'd be happy with that. I know there's might be some people out there that would be disappointed because they really banked on their media career of being JJ McCarthy guy. I would be happy, and I was like, I said, one of the first things I said after the Bears game was, hey, we got something special here. JJ McCarthy's gotten something special. He was able to overcome himself and then get 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 running. In that Bears game, I thought this is something significant here, and I haven't seen it again. I just haven't seen it again. I want to see it again. Come on, McCarthy.
In the Zone Sports, I don't bring up your comments because it's just hating on KOC, and I'm a big KOC guy. That's why. Just truth be out there. KOC's my dog. It's a rough season. I still think he's a good coach. Not going to hate on him. That's it.
Zone, I barely ever touch the thing. It's usually
all me.
It's usually my co-host.
Yeah.
But Zone, you do hate on him quite a bit.
George, Thor is the newest contracted member at Score North. Congratulations to Thor. If you listen to the show, you know that I listen to them when I have time or when I'm not pissed off at the Vikings. Like I am right now. Currently, I just listen to comedy podcasts to get my mind off the Vikings because they piss me off, like a lot of you guys. And Thor, I was listening to their episode on my way home from work. He's not apologizing for McCarthy. His expectations are very high, and he says that it's not good enough. It's not even close to what he thought he would see in this system. But he's also mentioning that there's other faults in the offense around him, 50% pressure rate and whatnot, which we see. And so, no, it's not all McCarthy, but he's been a problem. He's been a big problem. And and he's not. What I like about Thor is he's not apologizing for it. He said this is not as good as I thought it was going to be. With that said, he's still very young, youngest starting quarterback in the league. He needs time. His processing right now is not good enough. It needs to speed up. I think it will speed up with time. And so, do I think it's time to dunk on Thor? Not necessarily. I do think that he led us to believe that it was going to be much better than it was going to, than it's been so far. And, but to be honest with you, who didn't? Matthew Collar, Judd Zolgad, Alec Lewis, all of these guys at training camp led us to believe that, he had some serious flashes. He had some practices that weren't so good. But I specifically remember all of these guys telling us, don't worry, Vikings fans. I can already tell you that this is not a Christian Ponder situation. This guy looks the part of a top 10 pick. And so far, he has not. All right.
And remember, these guys are Vikings fans too, man. They just have a different opinion.
Yeah.
And again, I probably am talking about Thor when I said you kind of your social media career has been McCarthy. That you probably deserve some lumps. But again, to hate on a guy because he really liked a player, it just and he just saw something in a guy. It's not like, I mean, that was his guy coming out of college. He didn't have him rated number one by any means. He had other guys ahead of him. He just did really like him for where our spot was. And I had him on my show. 100. He came on for 65 minutes. We talked about 10 quarterbacks, 10 fucking quarterbacks. I went that deep with him, and he knew all of them. He saw so much tape on every single one of them. I'm not, and the guys hating on Thor the worst are the ones that were out on JJ McCarthy before he threw his first pass. And I see these guys, and I don't comment on either of them. I'm kind of out on the guys that are so high. We're just always yelping about McCarthy. I didn't want to say anything against them. I didn't want to say anything against the guys that are just absolute assholes that hated him from the first time we called his name. My first evaluation, I did my quarterback top 6 quarterbacks. I did it from London, England, and I think I had McCarthy 6th. I had Bonix 3rd. It's I had I had a couple things wrong, for sure. But again, I was still good with McCarthy. I was still okay with him over, even though I probably liked Penix more coming out of college because of production. I said McCarthy, it would be great because he's younger and doesn't have those injuries. And I think he has the talent to get there. And he's 4 years younger than Penix. So it's like, so I'm right there too, man. I may have made the mistake, but again, I'm not completely out on him because he's only played 6 games. So
yeah, the rest of the season for us is, can you show us that you have a pulse?
Yeah, I want to show us.
Can you just show us some positive signs going into next year? That's it, right? It's not wins and losses. It's, can you operate on time and just show us that you belong on the NFL field going into the offseason? That would be great. That would be enough for me.
Yeah. I just want you to, just that meme of poking a guy with a stick. You see it was kind of a situation by the end of the game, and I'm seeing him, giving people 5s, trying to pump them up, and we're down 3 scores. At the end of the game, I'm like, McCarthy, go sit down. Please go sit down. I'm not sure JJ is all excited about what's going on right now, but he's still upbeat, trying to fight every single minute, and I respect that. So maybe I'm wrong. Don't stand up. Do keep doing what you're doing, and if it does come around, it comes around. I'm not a guy that likes eccentric things. So I'm like, I'm not the big believer in the rah guy that's always jumping up and down, especially when you're 4 scores down or whatever. Just yeah, maybe the first half. Do it in the first half, but I don't know. I I want him to lead, and not necessarily as a vocal leader. You're still a young dude. Um, you were given the captainship. Let's earn it. I agree on what you're saying about him get starting next year, getting a chance, getting the job back after Brosmer does a spot start. I believe all that, and I believe that it's good. We're not winning that. We're not going to the playoffs. We're not. And this is me saying that. I'm usually the guy that's like, hey, if we win out, here's how we'll do it. But yeah, I'm with the quarterback we have right now. I'm like, hey, development's number one thing right now.
100%. Somebody said, "What do we do if 12 is worse than 9?" I said, "Put up the Christmas lights. Watch the second half. Just put up the tree." I got my tree up.
We put up the tree before Halloween. I'm
Wow.
a Latino, half Latina family here.
That's cray. That's early. I was
when
weird.
When you have an autistic kid and you want to make him happy, you put
Yeah.
up the tree.
No, for sure. 100%. Yeah, I get that. My wife wanted to put up the tree before Thanksgiving this year. She said Thanksgiving was late. I said that's fine, but usually we do like a Black Friday. But yeah, I got the Christmas lights on the house already. We had a really nice day in Chicago where the weather was like in the 60s in November. So I picked that day. I got them all up, and so I'm ahead of schedule. That's all nice.
My little dude was counting down to Zootopia for like 3 weeks now. So
when does that come out?
It came out today. So.
Oh hell yeah! Ellie's excited for that too.
Yeah, he was ecstatic.
There you go. If the Vikings suck, if 12 is worse than 9, take your kids to Zootopia 2.
Zootopia 2 is the fix, man.
Let's Harambe, another banger. This guy, dude. Follow me on Twitter if you don't, Harambe. I'm the Skull Doc on Twitter. Let me check that out
right
real
above
quick
us.
To make sure.
Right above us is our Twitter handles.
Yeah, at Skull and my underscore. Yeah, underscore Doc. Yeah, man, I want to follow you because you bring the heat and you know what you're talking about. But that's another thing we were talking about earlier where give JJ McCarthy all next year. If he falls on his face and he shows you nothing and you suck and you get like a top 5 pick, that 2027 class is looking very good. Arch Manning's going to be there, you know? Go for it. Oh, he's not on Twitter. All right.
You may be missing out, but you're probably healthier person.
Twitter's toxic, bro.
You're probably a healthier person.
Yeah, good for you.
I've pretty much stayed. I look at it. I haven't been talking on too much this year at all.
Groundhog, get a high draft pick and pray that Kwesi's not involved. Are we? I personally, I feel like it's kind of hard to mess it up if you're that damn high. Like usually it's common sense and people pick per the mock draft. I don't know. Arch Manning worries me, guys. Sorry. That might be the first thing I disagree on because he was young too, and he started out the season with so much hype. And he
had an injury too. I think his shoulder was hurt.
Yeah, he's been hot as of late, hasn't he? He's been much better, I think.
Yeah, I just only seen his stat lines.
He's still got some time to develop, but I think that by the time the draft comes around, Arch Manning's going to be a top 5 pick. I just think he'll be there. Yeah, but I understand the trepidation.
Yeah. You know, when I was, we were looking at Anthony Richardson, I was like, guys, we didn't get him. No worries, man. Next year, look at that class. And so far, almost every one of them's hit. Jaden Daniels, of course, keeps getting injured. JJ McCarthy keeps getting injured. Everybody else is, and then Penix got injured. So, but other than that, they've been playing pretty well, except for McCarthy. So
it's wild to me that Jaden Daniels had a complete elbow dislocation, and he's practicing this week. Isn't that wild?
I saw that injury. It's awful.
I got to look into that LSU quarterback, Dan. I have not watched a lot of college football this year. Is LSU making the college football playoffs this year? If they are, I'll watch a little bit. Is RG3 2.0? Okay. So he's basically Jaden Daniels because Dean Daniels reminds me so much of RG3. I think he throws the football better than RG3 did.
Probably, yeah. RG3, man, when he beat us our rookie year. Oh God, I thought he was
He
unstoppable.
was so good. Is that the game that AP tore his ACL at their stadium? We were trying to suck for luck that year.
I forget.
I want to say it was.
I want to say I saw the game, and I didn't see the game that AP tore his knee. I was listening to it on the radio.
RG3 was lost too soon, though. That was unfortunate. He had a lot more football in him.
Yeah.
See, Groundhog, bro, like, I don't know if I'm down with that anymore, man. Like, my whole life, we've been doing the vet backup thing, like the vet quarterback. I would like to follow it through and try to find a Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow in the draft. Suck for luck, reminiscing, brings back the good old days. And we ended up winning some stupid ass game. Maybe it was the Commanders game. We won some dumb game late in the year to lose out on Andrew Luck.
You know, one of the things that people said, him coming out of the draft, you know, he wants to be a doctor. Is he gonna? How long is his career gonna be? Will he quit?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, injuries took toll, but he had a life. You know, he loved life, and I think that was more important to him than playing football.
He loved his brain, and the Colts did not protect his brain.
Yeah,
he got hit more than any other quarterback.
Yeah, I'm just saying he got injuries, and he liked his life, more than football. So
yeah, I didn't blame that guy at all for retiring.
I didn't.
Colts fans did not love it, understandably, but
when he
don't
retired,
blame him.
I was like, yeah, I saw that coming. I was like, yeah, he's getting killed.
I don't know if I've seen a fan base handle a retirement worse than the Lions handled Frank Ragnow. They were so pissed off at him for retiring because I think he did it after the draft. So, and after free agency, so they couldn't really address what they were going to do to replace him.
I never seen someone get mad at their player for getting traded. Like he didn't ask for it, Stafford.
All right. Dave, what do you think about the prospects of trading Jordan Addison if he can return you a first-round pick? Would you do it? Part of me says no because he's a very talented player and a wide receiver position is hard to find. And, wide receiver 2 is a very important position to fill other than Justin Jefferson. But at the same time, I don't necessarily know that I trust this guy to stay clean. And once you give him a bunch of money, are those character concerns going to come to the forefront even more?
Good concerns. Good concerns. We don't know what's going on in his head, honestly.
I think he's a good kid. I think he's just dumb. No offense. Yeah. No disrespect, Mr. Addison. I think you just make the same mistakes over and over regarding vehicles.
And someone's spilling your tea out there in California. We heard that on Twitter. She got a hell for that, but yeah, I mean, if it's true, it's like, dude, apparently you're hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah. Harambe is referring to Ryan Grigson, who was the GM for the Colts at the time, who put together the group of five traffic cones that blocked for Andrew Luck during his tenure.
We had the same guy assisting in our draft who hated Luck's brain.
Yeah. Ryan Grigson was the GM for the Colts, drafting all the linemen to play for there. Harambe says, I would trade Addison because I'd argue wide receivers are becoming easier to find in the draft because colleges are translating wide receiver talent to the pros level more. I think you're absolutely spot on there that you're finding dudes all throughout the draft, 2nd round, 3rd round, they're there for you to take. As long as you don't take a Keon Coleman, you'll just have to tread well. You got to watch out for those landmines from here or there.
You could in that scenario, trading Addison and extending Naylor could be a steal. Could be a real steal. But again, Addison's he's like the known factor. Like he's good. He didn't have a catch on his last game, but again, not many people did. So, God, you had this team put together, man. You just had this. We were like one of everybody. We were like a favorite for a lot of people of having a really good season. Um, and we're probably one of the biggest disappointments of the NFL right now.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
I'm so sad about the Vikings. I'm wearing Twins gear.
I noticed that. I absolutely noticed that.
It's comfortable.
How should we send off the show? I feel like we shouldn't end there on trading Addison. I guess probably end on a better, more vibrant, happy note than the potential of trading Jordan Addison. I guess let's end it this way. Let's look at the remaining games on the schedule and say, which is there a turning point on the horizon for JJ McCarthy? Okay, let's say he misses this game in Seattle and he comes back healthy out of the concussion against the Commanders at home. I said earlier in the show, if you guys weren't here, that should be a get right game for JJ McCarthy. Hell, the Bears game at home should have been a get right game for JJ McCarthy. Am I wrong?
Not you. You were not wrong, and we could have easily won that game.
So he's got the Commanders. The following week after that, they travel out to Dallas. That's a secondary you can throw on. Now that defense has been better against the run as of late, but that's a secondary you can still throw on in Dallas. Now they just beat the Eagles at home, so that's not going to be.
Eagles. It wasn't
Now
turnovers.
After that, you play at New York Giants. So that's going to be a cold weather game, possibly some snow, and their defensive front is nasty. They got a good defensive line, but their secondary is not great. But they damn near just beat Detroit in Detroit, so that team is still feisty. And then you got Detroit at home, and you finish against the Packers, right? So I would say there's a soft spot in there right after the Seahawks game where you have the Commanders at home, and that's your chance for JJ McCarthy to get a little bit of confidence in that game. You then carry that with you on the road in Dallas against the defense that you should be able to throw the ball against and try to get a little momentum. And then you go to the Giants, and that's a team that you should have a little bit of success against as well. And then you got the Lions and Packers at home. So we'll see. Me and you both said that we're looking for a pulse. Can you show us a pulse? And I think that's the spot in the schedule that I'm looking at. Beer is my fix, says Daniel.
I haven't had pizza or beer in 4 months.
Wow, man. Oof.
You pretty much cut out everything you like. I eat a lot of kiwi.
Yeah. I mean, we got some dudes in the comments who are just completely out on JJ McCarthy after 6 games.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Honestly, I don't. I know you're frustrated. I'm frustrated too. But
well, if anything, if you didn't want him in the first place, it's just this all just reinforces what you thought, and you feel like in some cases you're going to feel vindicated. And I would rather feel vindicated the other way. If I thought McCarthy is going to be good and he became good, I'd be be happy about it. But honestly, a lot riding on McCarthy turning this around. So
yeah,
that would be the best scenario. Not getting rid of him and starting over. That may set us a couple years back.
yeah.
But hey, who knows? Maybe things have happened where some guy steps up and we got a guy that has an opportunity.
It's going to be fun though. Off topic. It's going to be fun watching the Bears go from first in the division to missing the playoffs over the next 5-6 weeks.
I hope so.
So that would be cool.
I don't want anybody from the North winning the Super Bowl
No,
this
same.
year.
Of course.
I can't. No, none of this. Oh, let's root for the North people. I'm like, let's root for we're SEC fans at heart. I'm like, we're Big Ten fans. No, I do
Go
not want a
Bills.
team in my division winning the
Yeah.
Super Bowl ever.
Josh, Bills or Ravens? Those are my teams.
Yeah, I always try to go with the AFC team. But I don't mind an NFC team winning
Rams?
it if they've already won one. So I like the Rams.
Rams are fun.
Yeah. So if
They're
the Rams,
damn good too.
and a lot of times you win a Super Bowl, your team starts to get split up.
Yeah.
So make it an NFC team winning it,
Like
not in the North, and let that team split up.
Yeah, this guy's just wrong, and you're wrong. He's 22 years old. He's going to start next year. He was a top 10 pick. He's going to start next year. You're going to have to get over it. Get over it. I'm sorry. That's how we're ending the show. All right, guys. We're ending the show.
Hey,
can't deal with it.
Opinions. Hey, opinions, man.
Hey,
everybody's got one.
Whoa, it's like assholes.
But hey, hope it does happen. He plays awesome. Let's go. Whatever happens is gonna happen. We're not gonna have anything to do with it.
You know what? I did want to bring this up during the show. I forgot to talk about it earlier. I saw somebody tweet this out. It might have been Dan Orlovsky. He said as soon as the season is over, JJ McCarthy should hit up Chris Hess. I think that's his name. He's the quarterback coach, mechanics guy that coached up Josh Allen after his rookie season.
Josh Allen was not good.
No, he was terrible. He was terrible. His mechanics were god awful. He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Now, I'm not saying JJ McCarthy is going to be Josh Allen.
For a couple years.
Don't hear what I'm not saying. But what I'm saying is he should get a guy like that to completely work on his mechanics every day over the offseason, using video analysis and whatnot. Because, Josh Allen was Josh Freeman. That Daniel's exactly right. He was
coming out of college. He was like 53%.
Yeah, he couldn't hit anything. Percentage. So, I mean, that's exactly what he should do this offseason. And yeah, Nine's got his his fans right now. He's got people like at this point rooting against him, Vikings fans rooting against him because they're tired of it. It's so early, guys. Just buckle up. That's all I got to say to you. Buckle up because it's going to take some time, and he's your starting quarterback next year. He is.
We are not glossed over, JJ McCarthy sycophants. We were on him. We realize what he's going through right now, and we're wide-eyed about it. Completely wide-eyed about it. We also understand the fact that he was a top 10 pick. People, Kwesi built his career on it. That's his own. That's got to work out for him. It's got to.
Yeah, you're dead right there. Kwesi's job,
a lot of pressure,
is riding on JJ McCarthy for sure.
And they like him. They like him as a person too, so they want to see him do good. And he's hard worker, and you got to root for guys like that. I mean, it's not like this guy's a little shithead,
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I think we should end it there. Good show. Live comments. Harambe the White bringing the heat. Daniel bringing the heat. Really fun talking with everybody. And yeah, man. Skull Vikes. We'll catch you guys next week, and we'll see what Max Brosmer has.